What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Amazon.com with the ticker symbol AMZN. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So we're going to do a market structure update for Amazon. Before I begin, I do get a lot of chart requests every week. So if you guys want it guaranteed to be done, you can look at the video description for the details. And also, you can join my membership where you can get 4 stock requests in a month. Link in the video description below. So let's take a look at Amazon on the daily chart first, and it still continues to trend up higher. This is not a trend you want to try to pick a top in. Why? Because look at the corrections. The price is barely pulling back. You can see the red bars. It's barely pulling back, and if we correct, it's a sideways correction most of the time. So that's a very strong type of correction for an uptrend. So this looks very good for a continuation towards the upside. We surpassed the measure move target, so this is the first leg up, second leg up. So we passed the initial volatility, so this is telling me that price wants to continue to trend higher. And where can we go? Well, we are near the top side of the channel, but we were near it for several times, and we still haven't seen a decent sized pullback. Because if we hit the top side of the channel, you expect prices to come to the opposite side. But again, the actual world, doesn't play out as the textbook. So the textbook says we hit the top side, we come to the bottom side, something like this. That's what's expected, but it's not happening. So we could probably just maybe trend in this upper half of the channel, or maybe soon we can finally get that pullback, because obviously eventually we're going to get a pullback towards this trend line, this support trend line. So that would be the opportunity for traders to continue with the trend higher. So I'm expecting a pullback like this. Either that, or probably just going to continue chopping around in this upper half. But the better thing would be a pullback to this trend line with a good, with also noticing that the downtrend looks pretty weak. So this correction cannot look like a move down like that. That's a bad sign, because we could just continue dropping lower. But if we see like a weak correction towards the channel, something like this, then that's a very good sign, because it wants to continue higher. So what would be a good target? The first target I would say is right over here. This like mid 140s to the 150 target is definitely a magnet, because this swing is very obvious, and we keep on taking out the prior swing. So we took out this swing because price trended above it. We took out these 2 swings, price trended above it, and just this week we took out almost this swing right here. So it looks like it's taken out the swings or the pivots, and this would be the next one right here at the 146. So this trend looks very strong. It's hard to reverse this type of trend right here, especially because the QQQ, NASDAQ, they look like they're about to reach all-time highs within the next month or two. So tech stocks looks very bullish, and I would be expecting higher prices also for Amazon. So that's all I have on the daily chart. I'm looking for that 150 target. We could get a pullback before that or after, it doesn't matter, but either way I think that target will be reached. Here is the weekly chart. We can see a more bird's eye view of the price action, a higher time frame analysis. So we have the lows here that price bounced off of 2020 and also in 2023. So this was the low in 2023. It could be continuation. It could definitely be the lows of 2023. The year's not over yet, but it could be. And this was a low in 2020, so that's a double bottom right there. And we had a double top. So this is like a range pattern. We hit the lows, we can go up to the highs. We hit the highs, we go down to the lows. We hit the lows, we go up to the highs. So range pattern says we go up to the highs at the high 180s. Let's take a look at what else. We had this downtrend in play. This initial downtrend already is played out, because we had a downtrend break 2 legs down, which is textbook reversal stuff, especially at the 2020 lows. But you could also say that, hey, like, what about this channel? This channel fits pretty good. Yes, this channel is definitely valid, but will it come into play? The range will override the trend channel. That's just how a range works. If you have a range, the trend cannot surpass it if the range is very strong. If the trend is very weak, or if the trend is very strong, we might break out. A lot of times the range will pull prices back in, but you expect the range to override the trend. So in this case, the range is overriding this downtrend. But even then, we could probably still see 2 legs down or 2 attempts down. So once we come back to this level right here at the 150, right over here, this 145, 150 level. Maybe that's when we'll see the correction, because it doesn't look like it wants to do it anytime soon. So maybe then we'll get the correction. And this is a key level. Why? Because it was support numerous times in the past. It was tested as resistance. So it looks like price likes to test this level from both sides. So I'm looking for the mid 140s, high 140s for a potential pullback. Maybe then we'll see a couple drops lower for higher prices. Either way, I'd be expecting higher prices. Or what, again, nothing's guaranteed in the market. It doesn't have to play out like that. What we get is a similar type of move like in the past. So see how this move in 2020 was a nice strong move up from that low point. Well, we can duplicate that right over here. So let's go and make that green, and you can see the same type of situation is playing out. So we had a sharp move up from the 2020 lows, and we can get a sharp move up from the 2023 lows, so because it's a similar pattern. So looks like we could just maybe break above this level and then maybe find support for higher prices. Either way, these tech stocks are looking pretty bullish. Amazon should continue to trend higher even after a pullback. It would take a very big crash for me to change my mind or even to analyze this. But as of right now, even if we see a pullback, it should continue to trend higher. Just depends on how strong that pullback is. If it's a very sharp drop, then that changes things. Maybe then we see a small correction up for another drop down lower. It could play out like that. But right now that looks unlikely, and I would expect to see higher prices for Amazon. So this is Vee Trades. Thank you for your time. The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now.